All right, so we just had breakfast at Cabanas and then we're gonna head on to Progreso, Mexico. My mom wants to shop. I just want to see what it looks like out there. So we're gonna go check it out. We're off the ship. Oh my gosh. Then here we are in Mexico. Just looks like a port. Goofy's over there. I love that we're getting a great view of the ship from the back. Look at Goofy. My mom is shopping for liquor. How much? $40. What is it? Tequila? It says save 20% on liquor. But yeah, my mom wants to take advantage of the duty-free shopping. We'll see if we have good deals. We're trying to escape the port. Because there's a bunch of tour groups going off and these prices are kind of expensive. My mom just asked and she was surprised by the price of the liquor. It took us a minute to find, but this is the bus that we're gonna take. I think this is gonna take us to Progreso. And we have to make sure we get this right, because if we don't, we might end up an hour away in Mariga, which we do not want. So this is the shuttle that we took. We're trying to figure out how to get out. Tequila. Hi, gracias.
How are you?
Yes.
Sombreros here,
Wow.
Mexican boyfriend. Which one?
Wow. Nah, exiting me here. I did not realize that dude in one of the gift shops in the Autoprogreso bus station where they had a bunch of gift shops and they were like very predatory out there. I did not realize that man said, if you want a Mexican boyfriend, come here.
So where's the city? This way? I think it's this way.
So we're leaving the kind of touristy area. We're trying to get out to like the actual city. Yep. That's the thing that's made me, I have a rat, y'all. So we just had to, are they following us? We just had to ditch two ladies of the Caucasian persuasion because they decided to try to latch onto us so that we could help them at the port. So one of them needed a band-aid, so thankfully we were able to like escape, but that's not right. If you're a white person watching this, y'all don't need to do that. Don't look at black people and see servants, please. Thank you. Exiting me here, and I just want to follow up on that thought because you could kind of see the ladies in previous footage. I don't really think you could see their faces, so I'm not going to blur them out, but there were some ladies that were kind of buzzing around us as we were leaving the Autoprogreso bus terminal. So here's the story with this. They're also on the Disney cruise with us. We got on the shuttle. They were also trying to get to Progreso proper because how this cruise was set up, or how cruising to Progreso, Mexico is set up. You pull up in the cruise ship and the cruise port is off of this jetty, like out into like the middle of the ocean. I think they said it's like about 4 miles away from Progreso proper. If you didn't know, Progreso is an island off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. So kind of, if you're familiar with Houston, Texas, and Galveston, you know how Galveston is like a little sliver of an island, and then Houston, the Houston area and the mainland of Texas is right there. Progreso is like the same kind of deal. It's like a little sliver of an island, and then the mainland of the Yucatan Peninsula is nearby, right? So anyway, we dock at the port. We have to take a shuttle that drives us for about 20 minutes into Progreso proper, into the city. So we met these ladies on the shuttle. none of us knew where we were going. We all said, we don't know where we're going, whatever, because we were just like making polite conversation or whatever. But my mom and I just wanted to like explore around and just see what we could see. My mom wanted to do some shopping, and I just wanted to see whatever was out there. These ladies, I guess, decided that they wanted to hang out with us or they wanted to follow us. I don't know. These are both like, I don't want to say elderly, but I think they might be around my mom's age, maybe in like their late 50s, early 60s, that sort of age. And they wanted to just latch onto us during our time in Progreso. And we weren't really feeling it because they were talking a lot. They were frankly a little annoying because they're all like about all kinds of stuff all the time. My mom and I just weren't about that. We wanted to hang out with each other. We didn't really want to be leading people around because one of them straight up said, "You ladies look like you know where you're going, so we're gonna follow you." She straight up said that. And at that point I was like, hell no. If y'all are looking for protection, if y'all are looking for tour guides, if y'all are looking for me and my mom, two Black women, to provide a service for you while we are also on vacation, that is no bueno. At the first opportunity, my mom and I ditched them. And at first I felt bad because like, I always try to be nice to people. Like I don't usually like to be mean to people or anything like that. Like I try my best to be a kind person. But at the same time, this is our vacation. My mom and I wanted to spend time together. We didn't really want these two loud and annoying ladies chattering around us when we were just trying to like see what was out there. That's the thing. It's the audacity of these women to feel like they could just tag along with us. I mean, they don't know our situation. They don't know what we're about. Why would you want to just like intrude on people's space, right? It's too much. But anyway, just public service announcement to anyone else. I'm gonna say anyone just in general. But if you see Black people somewhere, like don't assume that we are going to just like lead you around and do a service for you, because that's literally how it came across. I know some people some of y'all are gonna try to gaslight me and be like, oh, they just wanted to make friends, blah 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 blah. No, it was not about that. They did not care about us as people. They just wanted us to help them out. There was no, like, when people are racist and when people are just using you, you can tell deep inside your heart, you can tell that people aren't coming to you with genuine intentions. And the way one of the ladies specifically was looking at us, you could tell like the smile didn't fully meet her eyes. There were so many signs that this one lady in particular out of those two was racist. And she was the one that was like, oh, you guys look like you know where you're going. We're going to follow you. I didn't want that energy around me. And I think we should be allowed to choose what energy is around us. We shouldn't have to be nice in that sense. So I feel justified ditching them. If these ladies run across my video, I don't know what to tell y'all, but that was awkward. And y'all were able to find your own way, which was good. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. I feel like I'm all over the place. It's hard explaining this kind of stuff, like, because you never know who's watching on YouTube. And if I offended anyone, I'm sorry, but also not sorry, because we're on vacation. We shouldn't have to labor. And that was labor. That was labor. And people need to stop expecting Black women, especially, to perform for them for free. Now, if you were going to pay us some money, maybe we would have led you around, but that was not our job. That was not our responsibility. So, yeah. I guess we're in the normal part with the regular people, which is cool. In a store. My mom wanted to look in here for what we don't know. Anyway, we're heading back to the ship. My mom didn't find what she was looking for, and yeah, it was nice to walk around a little bit, but yeah. Ah, there's a boba place. We're heading into this pharmacy over here. So the following clip is crazy. I did not realize that I was still recording, and if you didn't know this about me, one of my biggest fears in life is bees, and I saw one approach me, and I was trying not to freak out on the streets of Mexico, but I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, this bee is gonna sting me and I'm gonna die. But anyway, like, I didn't realize I was recording, and the camera kind of goes a little nuts. So if you're motion sick, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. The camera kind of goes in a lot of places, but it's actually kind of cool because it's kind of like a cool point of view kind of look. Like, I can't explain it, but if you watch it, you might get my artistic vision. So I'm leaving it in, but it's a little wild. What's a bee? All right, cross. He's following me. I don't like that. I found a Duffy tumbler. How pretty. They have these golf carts here. These are so cute. Look at the purple. There's a whole bunch of them. Wow.
2064.
And if you're ever coming to Progreso on a cruise, this bus also counts as like one of the ones that takes you into town for free. FYI, because we didn't know at first. We thought it had to be one of those, but this is also... I like these dresses. I don't know if they'll fit me though. but they're super cute. Or this one. All right, we're finally getting back on the ship. We walked around. I think the best idea is to get off the ship early if you're at port, because right now a billion people are getting off the ship. We also have like another carnival ship that's next to us, so the port is really busy. They're parked right next to each other. This huge carnival breeze and the Disney magic. It also feels like it's starting to rain too. My mom and I are here just chilling on our balcony watching this carnival ship. I think they're about to take off, but we're just soaking in the vibes. We have Palo dinner tonight. I'm about to start getting ready, getting glam, and hopefully I can take a picture before the sun goes down, but I doubt it because I'm feeling lazy. So mommy, how do you feel about Progreso and our little excursion today?
Well, I thought it was going to be a bit more classy.
Classy?
I don't know why. But it was kind of grungy. We went downtown to do some shopping, but the stores were small and dingy and didn't have much merchandise really.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see that the products were kind of marked up really high too. They weren't good pricing. So, but it was okay. It was, it got us to stretch our feet and do some walking, so it was fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sure what you were expecting in terms of classiness, because I think once you get outside of the port in a lot of these places, like it's just like a regular town, right? But I mean, it was good to see a different place, but it wasn't anything really spectacular, sadly. I think, and I said this on our last cruise, like I'm gonna say this again, I think we need to book like an actual excursion, because I think that's how you make the most out of like these port days, right? Like we just have to find an activity that speaks to us. It's not gonna be zip lining and that kind of stuff, but
I don't like excursions. I'd like to be able to quit when I want and go back to the boat when I want. I'm kind of scared of being in an excursion, wanting to leave and cannot leave. So
that's also a good point.
Those are all-day events. And
well, Disney had some that weren't all day. Disney had some that were like a few hours. But I could see how you would be annoyed if we were going to like a 4-hour excursion and then you didn't like it.
Yeah, if it was boring, I would want to have the opportunity to sleep. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we could figure out a better plan, or maybe just go to more ports that excite us. Like find a place or a cruise that's going to somewhere that we actually want to see something that's there, versus just, oh yeah, Progreso, Mexico. Sure, we'll see what's there when we get there, kind of thing. We're waving bye-bye to the carnival breeze. They're pulling off. Farewell. I hope we do our horn too. Wow. They're all waving and stuff. Bon voyage. Carnival breeze. We were just watching that door. After that carnival ship took off, we went and got ready for Palo. Of course, the sun went down. I did not get my picture and I'm so sad. I did get in some video, but I didn't get the picture that I wanted in that dress. But you know what? It's okay. I'm glad that I have the YouTube memories. I do need to get better at making myself take actual photos these days though, because it has been hard. When you're busy living life, it's hard to be a content creator, because to make content you have to like really stop and be intentional about getting things done at a certain time within certain time limits. And especially in winter, the sun goes down pretty early. By the time I did my makeup. I put on my dress. I had to put, oh no, I had a brassy bra on already. But like, I had to get ready. My mom had to get ready. By the time all that happened, it was dark. For y'all Instagrammers out there who are really big into getting the pictures, y'all need to make time if you're on a cruise, because the time just flies. We haven't been out here at night. How cool. I think it's about time that I come on here and explain the whole Palo thing to y'all, because I know some of you guys aren't familiar with Disney Cruise Line. Disney Cruise Line has dining. A lot of the stuff is included, including cabanas, that buffet. That's included in your cruise fare. There's three, usually on the ships, there are three rotational dining restaurants, which is like the main dining. Those are included in your cruise fare. So you guys already saw us eat at Lumiere's and Animator's Palette. Those are part of the rotational dining. That's not an extra charge. Palo, however, is the fine dining restaurant on all of the Disney ships. Actually, there's a Palo on every single Disney ship, which is really cool. On the Disney Magic, Palo is the one and only fine dining restaurant, and that comes with an extra charge. Palo is really great. We ate there when we went on the Dream as well too, and it's just amazing. It's an Italian style fine dining restaurant, and it's your chance on a Disney cruise to feel fancy because, number one, it is an 18 plus restaurant, so no kids can eat in there. It's adult only, and it has a dress code. So for dinner, you have to be dressed a certain way to go in there. No flip-flops, no shorts, no swimwear. I think they suggest that men have to wear like a collared shirt and women just have to wear like either like blouses and dress pants or a dress, something like that. Like it has to be kind of elevated wear to fit the theme of the restaurant, which is really cool. Y'all know I love an occasion to dress up. So Palo was the place for us. This was supposed to be like my birthday dinner. So of course I wore my bling bling ears because they do let you wear ears in there. I wore my sparkly dress, as you guys saw in the Pack With Me video, that really beautiful ombre dress. I was just really super excited to eat there. For Palo, you get to choose either their prefix menu, which is a 4-course meal. When you go to Palo, it's $55. It starts at $55. So when you go and get the prefix menu, it is $55 per person for that prefix menu. And of course, there's like gratuity on top of that because they charge you, I think, 18% gratuity automatically. And you are strongly encouraged to tip more on top of that too. But that's a whole nother story. $50 to $5 for 4 courses, or you can order a la carte. And I showed the menu earlier and they have like different options. There's pastas, there's pizzas, there's steak, there's fish, there's lamb. They have a lot of stuff on the a la carte menu as well. So if the prefix menu doesn't work for you, you can also get all this other stuff. Of course, it ends up being a lot more expensive than the prefix menu. Their stuff was really good. We really enjoyed this meal. My only critique is that this restaurant is on all of the Disney ships. The prefix menu is the same on all of the Disney ships. So this is the exact same meal that I had on the Dream 2 years ago, which I didn't mind because that meal was really good. Just letting you know that there's not much variety when it comes to the prefix menu. I can't complain because it tasted really good. Like, it was amazing, but just keep that in mind. If you ate at Palo once, unless they change that prefix menu option at some point, it's probably going to be the same. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I'll show you what we got to eat and then I will come back because I have some other thoughts about Palo after. We got the amuse bouche, which is some gnocchi with mushrooms, porcini mushrooms. Yum. My mom got the calamari frito misto. She's been craving hot seafood, so this is perfect for her. We've got some fresh bread from the pizza stone, and I got the buffalo mozzarella burrata and heirloom tomato salad. Good times. Salmon here and parsnip, and then steak with potatoes. He had a much better explanation, but I forgot. And then a sauce.
She's inside.
Yeah, okay.
She did her sugar pixie dust and gave us the magical spell, the BBD Babidi Boo. With this magical spell, we're gonna release all the calories. Here we go. And, oh boy, that's the Mickey for you. And we're gonna add the magical potion, the chocolate and the vanilla bean anglais. We'll make sure there is no room left for the calories to come back.
All right.
Enjoy your calories.
Happy birthday, my darling.
We're signing the book at Palo after our meal.
Oh, you have to eat here tomorrow.
Oh, we just did.
Oh,
Yeah, we just finished. It was amazing.
it's one of the highlights of the
It
cruise.
definitely was. We're coming for brunch tomorrow, so
Oh, there
hopefully
you go.
that's a highlight too.
Life too.
Oh yeah. I shared that video, the previous clip with my mom signing the guest book with a few friends, but I wanted to talk about it here because this really got to me. This really got to me. I was pissed. You couldn't hear it in my voice, but I was in shock because, as I mentioned before, Palo is an extra charge. There's nothing else on that floor where we were besides Palo. We were literally inside the restaurant, dressed to the nines. My mom is wearing a really beautiful gown, as you guys saw. I'm wearing a whole sequin dress. We look the part, except for this. Because for some reason, that man assumed that we did not eat there. My mom is literally signing the guest book for the restaurant. We are inside the restaurant at the front desk, but we're inside the restaurant. And that guy has the audacity to come up to us and be like, oh, y'all should eat here. He was an old guy. Maybe his brain isn't all the way there, but I just assume that this man is racist because how are you going to look at two women who are dressed spectacularly, who are literally in the restaurant, and you're telling us, oh, we should eat there? Make that make sense, you guys. Make that make sense. This is a microaggression that really just pissed me off royally. Because how do you mean? Like, if he had come up to us and been like, oh, how was it? You know, like, did you enjoy it? Or did you guys just eat there? Something like that. Like, that would have been fine. If he was just making conversation, that would have been fine. But to walk up and assume that we did not eat there was wild as hell. And I hope that this kind of gives a glimpse to people who may not understand what racial microaggressions look like. This is the kind of crap that happens to us as Black women far too often. And it is really frustrating. And I just don't know what to do in the moment. So I'm there like laughing, like, hee, yeah, we just ate here and we have brunch tomorrow. Like, I was trying to tell this man, hey, you know, we could afford to eat here. You know, we deserve to be here. Like, why are you assuming that we weren't here? And that's just how I am, like, at a default. Like, I am nice. I don't just, like, cuss people out. But I kind of wish that I had said something like, did you assume that we didn't eat here? Like, I wish I had the snarkiness, like, on autopilot instead of niceness, because that was just so frustrating, you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that. Like, I know he wasn't just trying to be nice. Like, he literally assumed that we did not eat there, even though we were there. There's nothing else on that floor. There's nothing else near that restaurant. Like, there was nothing There was no other reason for us to be up there than us eating there. Y'all tell me, what do you think of this situation? Anyway, other than that annoying dude, our meal was amazing. It tasted really good. I wanted to give a shout out to our server, Vince. He was so nice. Vince from India was super kind. He was really fun. He was really jokey. We went to Palo brunch the next day and he was our server then too. And he was so sweet. If you ever go to Palo on the Magic, definitely ask for Vince because he was a fun time. He actually gave us some really cool facts about the restaurant too. I didn't even know that the name Palo came from the word pole in Italian, and it's about like the Venetian gondolas, and you know how they use like the pole to steer the gondolas and that kind of stuff. So that's what Palo means, and they actually had like gondola poles represented in the restaurant. That's a fact that Vince told me. He also talked about like how Palo has like the special Murano glass all through the design, and he just gave us like a ton of knowledge about everything. And he was just like a really fun and engaging guy. He was a little flirty, but it was fun because he made us feel like beautiful ladies, I guess. I definitely recommend it if you feel like shelling out the extra money, because once again, it was $55 per person plus 18% gratuity. Plus the way that Disney Cruise Line is for the crew members, they really and truly want you to tip them, which I completely understand. They do a really great job. It's very personalized service. So you are encouraged to tip beyond the 18% gratuity. And we did give Vince, I can't remember how much extra. I think it was like an extra $20 on top of the 18% that we gave him just for dinner. And then we gave him more at brunch too. Definitely like treat these crew members well, because, you know, they work really hard. They work really long hours. And they straight up tell you that they be working hard as heck and trying to like learn your preferences and trying to just give you the best that you could. One thing that happened was that my mom's fish, she got some sort of salmon, I think. It came out really salty, and you know, my mom does not prefer salty foods. So she talked to Vince, said, hey, you know, I'm so sorry. This fish is like really super salty. I'm like really sensitive to salt. Do you mind, you know, like making a little change for me? And he took it back right away. He was not bothered at all. He's like, oh, of course, ma'am, like we want this to be good for you. So he made that huge effort. I wish I got this guy's name, but a manager came out, and for the life of me, I cannot remember this guy's name. And I feel so bad because he was really nice to us too. He remembered us the next day even, which was really cool. He came out, he apologized to my mom, and we were like, no, it's fine. Apologized to my mom, and he personally brought out the new salmon that was way less salty for my mom to eat. So that was really nice of them. And I don't know, I just felt really pampered. That's the thing about going to Palo that I like. You feel pampered because, okay, the other dining locations, you also feel pampered. Not Cabanas, but like the other rotational dining restaurants. And I have to talk about this later too, because we had some excellent servers there. But it's just like a different level of pampering when you go to Palo and Remy on the other ships, right? It just feels a lot more personal, you know, like you see your servers more, they talk to you, they give you a lot of information, you make conversation with them. I don't know, you just feel it's a very bougie experience, and I like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you want like a really special date night, if you're celebrating something, if you just want to feel bougie, if you're a parent and you want to escape your kids, because apparently all of y'all like want to escape your kids for some reason, book a time at Palo. They kind of book up, like the reservations for Palo do book up. So I encourage you, if you book a Disney cruise, to try to get that booked as early as possible, because the slots do fill up. We specifically went on pirate night because as a Caribbean person, I don't like pirate night because I feel like they're kind of making fun of us in a way. So that's a whole other tangent that I could go down. But anyway, we did this on pirate night just because we weren't feeling the pirate of it all. That's a good time to book if you're just like not into the pirate thing. It's a really good place, really delicious food. I could have eaten a plate full of the amuse bouche, even that little mushroom gnocchi thing. That was so good. I really could have eaten a whole bowl of it. The dessert like melts in your mouth. That chocolate souffle was really good. My mom, once it wasn't salty anymore, she seemed to enjoy her salmon. And I didn't get a chance to show the salad, but we both got salads as well too as our second course. They were good. They weren't stellar. I won't lie. The salads were a little like, meh. We need veggies. So I really can't complain. Like after eating all that rich food, like you need something light to kind of break it up. I feel kind of sad because, oh, sorry, my arm's getting tired. I feel kind of sad because the bread at Palo is really good. And I feel like because you're eating so much food, the bread kind of gets overlooked. Please go with room because you're going to be extremely full after that. And I was really full. I was stuffed. I was stuffed. We had this dinner at 6 p.m. Our reservation was at 6 o'clock on the dot. I hadn't eaten anything. No, we went to Cabanas. I think we got back on the ship from Progreso around noon. I can't remember, but I hadn't eaten for a few hours before that. And then I ate that 4-course meal and I was full. I did not hunger for a long time. Even the next day, I was still kind of full before we went to Palo brunch at 10:30 a.m. So you can imagine like having that experience back to back. Y'all will see more about the brunch in the next video, but man, that was a lot of food, y'all. I need to exercise. Wow. I didn't even know this. It is so spooky.